We get inside the minds of amazing individuals.
Of amazing comedians, amazing people, entrepreneurs, multi-hyphens. It doesn't matter what. On this show, it's all about the discovery, and I hope that you got a good feel for what I discovered today, and that's just dope energy. Ladies and gentlemen, you already know what this is. This is Gold Mines. What up, world? You already know what it is. It's another episode of Gold Mines, and you know what we do here. God damn it! Get inside the minds of amazing people, and today will be no different. Fuck, man. You know, the show gets better. Why does it get better? It gets better because the guests get bigger. More importantly, the guests get more interesting. The show has no value if it has no depth, and I'll be damned if we have not reached depth. As a listener, I think you guys are taking away so much from these interviews, man. So many gems have been dropped. That's the purpose of the podcast. Information, not for me, but for you. Oh boy, what information will we get today? My guest today, man, let's talk about his album. First and foremost, it's called Blip Lips, released in March. Make it your business to understand the business. Go get that album. Has a summer tour coming up. What is it called? Blip Lips. I just told you the album, bitch. You should know what it's called. Blip Lips Weekends, that's starting in July. It's going to run through August, man. Got a rapper who's giving countless hit songs. For example, let's go to studio. Let's go to Collard Greens. Let's go to that part. And Man of the Year, to name a few. 5-time Grammy-nominated artists. I got to ask if they like that. I got to ask people if they like it when you say 5-time nominated. People tell me all the shit that I was nominated for that I didn't win. It annoys me. I want to know how you feel. Once again, album out now. Please welcome my guy, SchoolBoy Q.
What yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
What an introduction.
Thank you, man. That's a crazy introduction.
See all that energy I just threw?
Yeah, I love it.
We was talking regular, then I just threw all that shit on there.
Yeah. And I don't fuck with the 5-time nominated. They could have gave me one of them motherfuckers, like one. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, multi-platinum. It's like, but I never got that one woo-wop. Like, they got to give me one.
My question to you is, though, I mean, do you feel like your respect as an artist is still there? Not only from your peers, but from your fans?
For sure. I think I'm one of the best, especially coming out of L.A. Like, coming from my background and just giving the art that I give and pushing the boundaries of it. You know, just because we come from here, we don't have to make this kind of sound of music. You can still be who you are. Because I figure when you hear like somebody that come from the streets, they have to make this certain kind of music. But that's not really the case. It's like different, all types of life in the streets, running around the street. Everybody ain't mad.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like just because you gangbang don't mean you mad.
Yeah. Doesn't mean that
mean?
you have a higher purpose of anger attached to it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, the reason why I asked you about the if it means something, you know, I got to a place in my life where I was asked a question a lot, like, you know, like what do the awards mean, or are you in it for the award or for the accolade? And you know, at a certain level of growth and maturity, you realize that I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy doing the thing that I do. I love the craft that I chose. I dedicated my life to it. You get my time and energy, and more importantly, as a return, I get you as a fan. I get a fan base that's grown with me. And I was like, that's the reward.
Yeah.
You know, I don't really need much more. I'm not looking for it. Now, granted, if it's to come, I'm thankful. I bow down gracefully and you know, give a speech of life. But without it, I don't feel like there's a void or a lack of. And that's why I asked you, I just wanted your perspective on like what you feel. And you're like, nah, like it's the only thing that I don't have. It would mean a lot.
Yeah, it would mean a lot, but if I don't get it, I'm still who I am, for sure.
Go.
Like it's not gonna, like, you know, if I don't get it, like, all good. But
when you talk about your background, right?
Yeah.
I mean, of course, we know where you're from. You're one of LA's finest.
Yeah.
My question always is the why, right? Like, you don't just do something just because there's a reason behind it. What was your why? What was the reason in the music?
So I was on house arrest, and then I saw this like it was like 50 Cent beef DVD thing where he was like beefing with like Ja Rule or something, and he was like, if you out of jail and you don't know what to do, like just rap. And I was just like, all right, I'm gonna try to do this.
Probably one of the best direct messages.
Yeah. So I just started trying to do it, and it just happened, and I just fell in love with it. And then you start meeting people, you get a fan, and then, you know, they tell you their experiences from the music, or maybe you talked about drugs and how you getting off drugs, and now you meet these fans and they're like, oh, you helped me get off drugs, you helped me do this, and it's like, oh, it's bigger than just me making music. This is like, oh, I'm actually healing people out here, so they tell me, you know what I'm saying? Motherfucker could be lying like a motherfucker. Oh, you saved my life.
How long?
You know what I'm saying?
How long did it take you to get to that point though, where you found the value or the purpose? Let's say the purpose. How long did it take you before you got to that level of understanding about the craft?
About 5 years.
Okay.
5 years in, because I kind of caught fire pretty fast. Like my first 3 years of rapping, I kind of like caught fire. So I was meeting people and shit, and like I said, when people tell you that you helped them out, a lyric hits them in a certain way, I can't like ever retire now. Like, cause like I have a obligation to help people. You know,
the thing that I like look at the most when you talk about music, you talk to artists.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same in any aspect of entertainment. When you talk about people that have succeeded or gotten to the higher levels of what's deemed to be success, you know, the crazy thing is this concept of who's chosen, right?
Yeah.
And when I say who's chosen, I mean everybody. There's such a large pool of people that are trying to do the same thing. And when you're like, yo, you know, coming out the gate, it happened for me pretty fast. Like 3 years, I started meeting people and one thing led to another and, you know, I caught some steam. To do that, it's not that easy. It's not like it's that easy. It's not it's 1, 2, 3, and then here comes the wins, right?
No.
How the fuck do you position yourself or find yourself in an environment that fast where you're able to go, oh shit, this is the right thing. This is the best. This is not only the best thing for me, but here's the right direction for me to move in.
So sports, I always say this, sports taught me how to fight, right?
Okay.
It taught me everything, like how to fight for your position, how to keep it and earn it and try things, right? And know camaraderie. And so I met TDE, Kendrick, J-Rock, Absol, Ali, Top, Punch, Day Free, Soundwave, right? I meet these guys and they were working every day, dude. Like, you just imagine you just have this whole undisciplined life besides sports. I was disciplined in sports, but anything else I really wasn't disciplined in it. And then they just throw you into this like serious situation and everybody's serious and you're like kind of not. And then every day I just kept showing up. Punch kept telling me, come back. I wasn't that good, but he just kept saying, come back. And I just kept coming back. And next thing you know, I never left. And literally, like, I'm here now. But I just never gave up, kept trying. And the fuel that Kendrick, J-Rock, and Absol gave me, like, I don't know, that's athlete in me. It was just like, no, I gotta compete. I gotta try. I have to keep going. And 3 years passed and I'm sleeping on the couch, like, cause I want to use the mic and cause I know Kendrick gonna be pulling up. He went home, J-Rock went home, blah, blah, blah. I ain't really got nowhere to stay. So I'm gonna just sleep on the couch. That way I can just wake up and get to the mic first. You get what I'm saying? I just kept waking up, getting to the mic first. My manager will tell you, like, I was like, I never left the block. Like we was talking before, I never leave the house. Like, I never left the block where the studio was at. Like, I was there, and I worked every single day, 365. Even my daughter that I just had, I was raising her in the studio.
Isn't it
every single day?
Isn't it crazy? Like when that gear, right? Yeah. That gear that you don't know that you have, or you've seen glimpses of. Like, you're talking about sports. Clearly, I can relate. You see my physique. So as we talk about sports, you talk about the high level of love attached to sports. I mean, that's one thing. It's like when you love something, there's a gear that presents itself that you're able to tap into. Yeah. Right? And for some reason, the things you don't love, you're never able to tap into that fucking gear. It's a struggle to get into the level of care, to get into the level of try, to get into the level of like, this is all that I got. Here's all my energy. But when you got that thing that you say, this is interesting, this I like, and then you tap into that hunger, that added like space and place of hunger where you don't take no for an answer, where it's all or nothing. For you, when rap presented that, like early on when you said like I was sleeping on the couch, like this is all I wanted to get to the mic. When you weren't as good as the rest, was the hunger just based off I gotta catch up? Or was it because I felt like I can be better? What do you think the fuel was to the fire at that point for you?
It's weird. I really don't know.
Yeah.
It was just like, and plus they were encouraging me, dude. Like because they knew I was trash, right?
Mm-hmm.
So anytime I would do like something that was kind of good, they would like, yo, that, you know what I'm saying? Like that part was like, ooh, that was hard when you hit right there, but they wouldn't really talk about the rest of the verse or talk about the rest of the song, but they're just like, oh, that detail right there. So you just like, it's like, you know, you just like kind of picking up these little pieces. And I just kept going, bro. They fueled me, bro. Like Dot made me his hype man too. He like, yo, be my hype man. And it was just like, yo, I have to do this. Like I have to do it. It was just, I don't know. I couldn't like not do it.
What do you think?
I was possessed, honestly.
What do you think it was that basically set the light bulb off for improvement? Like what was the thing that clicked when you was like, oh shit, this is good. This is my version of good. This is where I need to be.
I did a Black Hippie, we did a freestyle. It's called Scenario. You could probably look it up on YouTube. That was my first good verse. And I like kind of rapped it like Busta Rhymes almost. And everybody in the studio all knew that day. I swear we all knew that I broke through whatever I wasn't breaking through, if that makes sense. We all knew it that day in the studio.
I
Kendrick can tell you,
know what
Soul
you're saying.
can tell you, J-Rock can tell you, like, bro, that day I knew it too. Once I got out the booth, I'm like, oh shit. It was just something like I did it. Like I actually put it together well. And it's still not the best, but it was just one of those breakthrough moments. And I knew nobody can fuck with me from that point. That was 2000, had to be like 9 or 10, where I broke through. And it was just like, yeah, nobody can fuck with me.
You know,
and that was it.
When you look back now, right? Like you mentioned TDE, you just ran down a list of all parties involved, right?
Yeah.
Right now you in 2024.
Yeah.
You're talking about 2009 when you broke through, okay? But then you're really talking about 2005, 2006 at the start of it all, right? When you look back now, you're almost 20 years in the game.
Yeah.
Do you realize what you guys have built? Do you realize the foundation of an entity, a brand that you have built in the business of entertainment, especially in rap and hip hop for the West Coast, that represents the West Coast, multiple artists that have come out that are flourishing and doing amazing things. Like, do you guys sit, do you talk about it, or is it the elephant in the room?
We never talk about it, really. It's just like one of those things, like we just woke up and now we just here. Like we worked so hard, like we never had time to talk about it. We just, recently we just did the show together and we kind of talked about it. But even then, we really didn't talk about it. Like it's just something like, I don't know. We just I never really looked at it like that either, too. I know we did. I know we're like one of them ones.
Well, what do you mean?
But
It's bigger than one of them ones. Like at this point, I'm a victim of it too.
Yeah.
I'm a victim of being in the mix.
Yeah.
And because you're in it, you're moving so fast that you don't take time to realize what you've actually mixed.
Yeah.
You don't realize what was cooked, what was eaten by a fucking crazy amount of people, and what you're cooking again that people are fucking signed up and ready to order and eat again. Like you're in it, so you don't realize how fast you're going and how much you've done over the course of time. And, it was a friend of mine that's had a lot of success in the business that was like, hey man, you got to take a second to just stop and really reflect on where you've come from, what you've been able to do, and the path that you've been able to create in doing it. And like when you do it, it's only going to fuel your want to do more.
Yeah.
You're not going to lose the hunger to do more, but that moment of clarity and context, you got to have it. Like for you guys, as a guy on the outside watching, you don't have a lot of brands that have come out of the West Coast. When I say brands, I'm going back to like NWA. Yeah. NWA was a brand. That brand went on to do, the individuals went on to become like the brand today. Whether you know the artist or not, you know the brand of NWA. TDE is a brand.
Yeah.
So you got to take a second to go, God damn, man, like accidentally,
Thank you.
Accidentally, we put this shit together, and we have 20 plus years have managed to still operate and rock, even to the point where, to your point on the recent concert, everybody shares the stage and you showcase that talent. You guys are laughing and cool, but everybody's grown.
Yeah.
Everybody's grown. Everybody's accomplished. Everybody is a bona fide artist in this business. That's scary, man, when you just think about how fast time flies.
Yeah. That shit just like out of nowhere. Shit. But think about you. Shit. You went from soul plane to a fucking $1 billion fucking building.
Yeah.
What the fuck you got going
I'm fucking stressed. I'm about to shit myself. That's
This
what I'm about to do.
motherfucker.
I'm gonna develop IBS.
Pulling up to this motherfucker. I'm like, God damn. I'm like, King, where we at? I'm like, yo. This motherfucker, you say we live close. Shit, I don't live close to you. Motherfucker. Ain't talking about we live close. I don't live nowhere near you.
Time flies.
Like, shit.
What you're able to build over the course of time, dude, it happens by accident. I can strongly say that this thing, this machine, this business, it's an accident. I'm a victim of my environment, and my environment kept changing, and I kept changing with it. And I wanted what I saw my friends have. I wanted what I saw my counters have. And once they gave me the game, it made me realize that it's not that hard to build. Only thing you do is try. Building is not the hard part. Getting people to invest in your belief, that's the hard part.
Yeah.
Getting them to stay, and then at the same time showing them their value. And showing them their value time over time over time over time. That's the hard part. But once you get that down, well, everybody's a part of the same game. Everybody's trying to do the same thing. And it's not me, it's us, it's we. So the big thing that we practice here is like we're doing, we're working towards, we're trying to accomplish. And, you know, I think I've done a great job of assembling, you know, what I would like to consider to be a right team. For you, in music, right? Like TDE is its thing. Where do you stand in music? I mean, as a success and as a person who's had an amazing career with TDE, an amazing solo career, what are the wants in music for you now?
The wants for me now is just to continue to have freedom and not have this thing over my head to where I can keep growing. Because once you know, rap is a young man's sport. Like, if you're being honest, but long as I can stay creative and I can keep pushing the envelope for me and myself, like, I just want to rap, really.
What do you mean? Define that when you say rapping is a young man's sport for my listeners that may not understand that.
Me personally, I don't want to relate to kids. At 37 years old, I don't want like a 14-year-old like, oh shit, yo, I just don't want it. You know what I'm saying? It's like not for me. My lyrics aren't coming from there. Like my lyrics are about my life, and at 37, I don't have 13-year-old bars right now. But I can still make you move. Don't get me wrong. Making somebody move is different from like, you know, I don't think I should relate to a 14-year-old.
I mean, I think I strongly agree.
Yeah, and that's where rappers mess up. They try to, when they get to a certain age, they try to take this sound of what somebody's 20 is doing or 19 is doing, and it just doesn't sound good. And it's like, okay, you sound like the D version of whatever that's cracking, and I don't want to sound like that. I want to sound like me. And that's the scary part about now, is because I don't want to do something where I'm sounding like that D version of what the younger dudes are doing.
Are you putting a tremendous amount of pressure on yourself from a creative space, or do you feel like you have a handle on the line? Like, I know where the line is. I know we're crossing the line to go to that side. I know where it's too far. Right now, I know that I'm walking the line good, or am I like self-conscious about it? Am I overthinking it? Am I underthinking it? Like, where are you at in the creative space in knowing like that you're not trying to do, and that you're in a good space where you can still be received? Does that make sense?
Yeah. I've definitely put pressure on myself for sure. I should. Cause like, I mean, when it comes with albums, like I actually learned something about myself. I like change things about me. Cause like once you put these words out there, like you gotta live by it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I can't just like say this shit and then like I'm not nothing about that. Like
A lot of people do though.
yeah.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I have to live by it. So it's really good for me. And so I do put pressure on me because it helps me. Like this whole album was about me growing as a man and being more present with my family and stop neglecting them so much. And because I'm always in the studio and just being home, but not really there. Like I'm home and stuff. Oh yeah, but I'm not really there. Check out, go into my back room on the computer, trying to come up with something, come in for a little bit. I got a whole little pattern I was doing. Like, and it was like, and I knew what I was doing. So now I'm like, you know, that pressure of making this album and putting it out there, I'm not going to do this no more. And now I'm not doing it anymore. I still do it a little bit because I've been doing it for so long and I'm trying to break the habit. But I'm definitely way better than I was 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Where does that level, where does the awareness come from? Like when you say like, you know, being more present, what was it that clicked or that alerted you that made you go, fuck, man, I'm here, but I'm not here and I got to do better?
The conversations go from here to here to here to here to here to just walking by and just me having to do something weird now. What's up, man? Just to try to get a response. You know what I'm saying?
The connectivity.
Like, yeah. And it's like, damn. And then you notice it and then you just start feeling like shit. You leave the house, come back, and it's just like, this ain't cool.
Did your kids ever give you the, you know, that raw conversation?
Nah.
No?
My oldest is my little angel. She's like you know, and I'm really active with her because she plays soccer and she's really, really good. And so me and her kind of talk, but we do talk. Like we're super, super close, but we had that period, you know, where I'm just like, I'm failing right now.
What
you know what I mean?
How old is she?
15.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, she's
15, 16, 17.
Yeah.
That was me and my daughters. I'll say me and my daughter's rocky year was her 16. My daughter laid into me at 16. Let me have it.
Oh, she told you about it.
She let me have it. And here's the thing. I can say in a very cocky manner, I'm an excellent father. I'm a great fucking dad, right? And although my schedule is what it is, I kill myself getting back to that house. You know, unnecessary flights back, on set, go. I'm back home for this day. Go to work. I'm coming back 3 days, 2 days. Like, kill myself to be there and be present. That wasn't our problem. Me and my daughter's problem was she felt like there was an expectation that I had of her. And because she was my first child, that I was a little harder on her. So, you know, my way of communicating with my daughter was very direct.
Yeah.
You know, and it wasn't hard, but she took it a certain way because she just, you know, I'm dad and she never wants to disappoint me. But the communication and my lack of understanding for how she was receiving it ruffled her feathers a little bit. One day she just let me fucking have it and I had to shut up. It's the most humbling thing in the world when your kid gets the courage to tell you what they don't like about you or about your approach. And, you know, I respected her more afterwards. And I can say that my youngest daughter is going to be in such a great position when she gets to that point because of what I'm now conscious of, you know, from my oldest. And I had to tell my oldest, I was like, you're never too old to learn. I was like, you just taught me something. And I said, that's the value of communicating. And I'm thankful that you were bold enough to tell me the things that you told me. And I work on correcting them. And I think that, like, we were already great, but that just added another big bang for the great. I would say for you, you should do some shit. And it's like, you're going to hear some shit when you do it, but it's worth it. You know, you just call it the honesty hour. And there's no repercussions. Let's just be honest for an hour. Nobody else is there, just you and your kids. Like, look, I want y'all to be honest. Like, I'm going to ask questions, give it to me raw. And you can ask questions, I'm going to give it to you raw. But let's just be honest. And nothing, we don't talk about it after we leave here. We work on improving the things. And that's when you get the shit out your kids. When they feel like you ain't going to say shit, you ain't going to get mad. I can say this, you ain't going to say shit. All right. I tested them one day. I was like, y'all get the cuss right now.
Yeah.
Say whatever you want, but just let it out. And my little one let him fly. 6-year-old. The other one, the oldest, didn't even say shit. The 6-year-old was like, fuck, shit, shit, fuck, motherfucker, hey. You say I can say it, Dad. I was like, that's what you just learn. You learn more, but you start to break down the barriers. And that's like where the engagement shit happened. You talk a lot. You're very vocal about fatherhood.
Yeah.
Why is that? What was your relationship with your parents?
I didn't really have one.
Okay.
My mom, I had a good relationship. I don't know my dad.
Okay.
But my mom, she was a single mom and she worked a lot. Almost like basically call her an entertainer.
Okay.
I mean, she worked graveyard, so think about that.
Yeah.
She sleep during the day. You know, she just leave the $5 on the table
So
or
you can go
$3.
get some food.
Yep, and then
Get to school from school.
Yeah. So I was basically pretty much, she did good. I'm not going to sit here and say my mama didn't do good because my mom, she does have that problem where she thinks she just did this awful job as a mom. I'm like, Mama, I'm like SchoolBoy Q. You did amazing.
Hey, Mom,
like, you did amazing. You
Mom,
did what
real
you
quick,
could.
you just
I
get that we had some rough beginnings, but look at what I became.
Yeah,
Mom,
like you
this
did
don't just
pretty
happen.
well, Mama.
Yeah.
See, this is Kevin Hart. Mama, this is Kevin Hart.
Yes,
okay,
this ain't an accident.
Well.
It doesn't happen without a foundation.
Yeah.
You need some type of foundation to become what you've become. So shouts out to Mama Q.
Yeah.
Please understand that.
Yeah, but she, she was always gone, and so I just didn't want to like be that. If that makes sense. I never had a dad, and I'm like, I'm never gonna let my kids not have a dad. And my mom, she never had no man by her side. She wasn't bringing men in and out the house. That's not my get down. You know what I'm saying? I'm like real respectful. I don't want to do no disrespectful stuff on camera. Like, I'm just a family dude.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like kind of old school with it, old fashioned, like I guess you would call it.
But I don't even think it's old fashioned, man. It's kind of scary, right? Like you're a product of a new environment. Like it's not that you had the environment, but you know what you don't want for your kids based off of what was there for you.
Yeah.
So you're trying to set a new foundation. Now, granted, I've never been to therapy. I don't know. So I don't think these are like therapy terms because that would make it seem too good.
Yeah.
It's just observation. But I too come from the same shit. You know what I'm saying? My dad on drugs, in jail, out of jail. And still, I say it all the time. They've heard me say it. My listeners have heard me say it. Love my dad to death. Rest in peace, Pops. I don't feel like he was a bad dad. I feel like he was a dad that just made bad decisions and the consequences presented themselves and he just couldn't be there because of his dumb actions. I don't want the same for my kids, so I'm trying to break ground and create a difference in understanding so that when they go and they do, they're building it off a foundation that was never presented for me. I feel like you're doing the same thing. So when you say the old-fashioned family, man, it's not it. I think it's bigger than that. I think it's like, I got kids and I want the best for my kids and I want them to see me be the best version of myself so that they then can try to follow suit. Yeah. That's just dope. It's a dope example. You know what I mean? That's what it is. How old are your kids?
So I have 15, 5, and a new one.
God damn, same.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Both of us. Dumb. He was out of
like just boop, bop, boop. I motherfucker, they so far apart. Motherfucker have to think about it. I gotta like, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, motherfucker ain't got no rhythm.
19,
you know what I mean?
19, 16, 6, and 4. Same.
Like,
I was out.
Motherfucker ain't gonna know. We could have been done with this
done.
shit.
Done.
You know what I mean?
House,
chilling.
Do something.
You know what I mean?
My
Motherfucker
stupid
just
ass
keep starting over.
Throw 2 more in the tank like an idiot. House loud as fuck right now. I can't do nothing about it. Loud. Nothing. You said that your daughter's really good in soccer. How active are you as a soccer dad?
No, I'm like super active. We work out every day.
Okay.
We just got back from Seattle. She just had a playoffs. They got smoked, but she's a little baller, bro. But we work out every day. Every morning we work out. We play soccer every single morning.
That's dope.
Every morning.
You're lucky. My daughter was trash. I love you, Hev. You know I love you, but we talk about this. My daughter was trash. Had me breaking my neck to go to these goddamn soccer games. I can't hear. I remember being at one game and they didn't know I was there. Right? I had to, I go throw the hoodies and shit on. So I'll be in the back. I heard like some of the parents, what is number 5 doing? Hey. Chill out.
Hey, no, parents.
Okay. My
parents
baby
is
just be
insane.
out there. It's all over the field. She ain't on her side. You know, she on defense. Stay on your side, Ev. God damn. Why did they? I remember you hear the coach. God damn it, Heaven, just don't go on that side. Like my daughter trying to do everything all over the field. Trash. Never scored a goal. Never gave me nothing to celebrate. Had me spend all that goddamn money on that sport.
Yeah, what the fuck is that about, too, though? Like, why that shit so expensive?
Soccer's expensive,
Oh, yeah,
man.
you have one game in fucking Seattle. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, bro, I'm looking at all them like, damn, they all must be in entertainment because ain't no fucking way you just told us you got one game in Arizona. Oh, you got one game in Vegas.
Y'all got to get down there.
Like, what the fuck you talking about?
Y'all got to get down there.
Man, you got to stay at, and no, you have to stay at this hotel. You can't pick your own hotel.
Don't do that.
So they got you at like the La Quinta, the grimy one too. And I'm walking out that motherfucker like, you know where the soap is like sticky and shit. I hate that shit, dude. That's the only thing I hate about that soccer shit, the fucking hotels, bro.
I remember I showed my daughter her cleats. I was like, look at your cleats. She said, what? I said, you see how fresh those cleats are? I said, I ain't had to buy you a pair of goddamn cleats this whole season. You know why? You know why? Because you ain't kicking the goddamn ball. That's why my daughter used to get mad. I would tease her. But I will say my daughter's a phenomenal student. So for the listeners, don't think I'm being hard on my little girl. Her pride and passion is in entertainment, producing and creating, writing. That's where she flourishes. Boy, but that athleticism.
No, for sure.
There's moments where you go, that's my child.
No, for sure.
I think that's the beautiful thing about, you know, parenting or being a father in general is when you get to see your mannerisms, when you get to see like your work pay off, right? The lessons or the things that you're trying your best to embed. For you, as a person that has so much life experience, right? And you can go to the good side, you can go to the bad side. What are the biggest things that you try to instill in your kids as lessons that they need to understand now so that they'll benefit from them later?
Discipline.
Okay.
Discipline more than anything. I don't give a fuck about anything else. Just discipline. I'm not on her about grades. I'm not on her about what do you love. If you love it, you got to do it every day, and you got to try hard at it. Rather it's art, even if it's video games. Well, you in the video games, motherfucker, you better play video games all fucking day. Yeah. Whatever you're into, like, don't half-ass it. So I'm all about discipline. Okay. That's my whole thing. You know? And
what do you think? What's their response been thus far? I mean, are they responding to it? Do they get it? Do they grab it? Or is
my
it still
oldest
work?
is finally understanding it.
Okay.
It took a while for her because she like basically the only child most of her life. And my middle child is a fucking demon. She may not ever get it. Okay. But you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But we working on her right now because she'll just tell me no and shut up. Yeah. You know what I mean? Right now, you know what I mean? She's a true middle child. Shut up. Yeah. And I'm like, yo, you can't say that.
You can't say that.
And right I don't whoop my kids and I don't yell at her like because she doesn't. I can yell at my oldest, and she'd be like, I yell at her. It's a whole thing. I can't. So I'm trying to balance it.
I'm a talking dad.
Yeah.
I'm a logic. I'm not going to yell at you. Yeah. I'm going to give you the logic, and I'm going to let you understand where the mistakes were made, and I'm only going to hope that you would correct the mistakes based off your knowledge of right and wrong. Like I'm that. I lean on the disappointment that you know that I would have in you from you fucking up. Is worse than anything. Yeah. Like because I'll just stop talking. I'll stop talking until you get your shit together. Like if I'm off you because I feel like you let me down. So I'm big on no yelling. I don't raise my voice. I don't do the hitting thing. Yeah. I'm not the whooping dad. Yeah. I'm very much, we're gonna talk. Let's have a good talk about it. And here's how I feel, and here's why I feel that way. And I'll leave it as that. Yeah. If you want to correct it, then go ahead. If you don't, it's your life, it's not mine.
Yeah, that's a good way to do
it. Very, very big on logic in the household. But that's the whole, I think that's the old age shit kicking in too. You know? I'm about to be 45. So that different level of patience is just different for me. I got a lot of patience, but I just don't have a lot of time. So I don't have time to deal with your bullshit. Yeah. If you want the bullshit, then stay on it. It's your life. That's my big thing. It's your life. It's not mine. I'm fine with my life. I'm happy. Yeah. And this is what it is, and this is what it's going to be. That's my logic every day, all day.
Yeah, if I told my 5-year-old that, she throwing the iPad at me for sure.
By the way, I'm not saying that they're going to respond the way they're supposed to every time.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're going to tell you, go fuck yourself. It ain't great all the time.
My 5-year-old gonna be like, fuck out of here. What are you talking about?
We were talking earlier before we got on air, man, and we're just talking hobbies and stuff. And as you talk about, of course, your love for music, you talk about, you are ultra focused on that. You love to rap. If you're not rap, of course, you're spending time with your kids. You're being more present. The world now knows about you and your attachment to golf.
Yeah.
At one point, it was a discovery, but those that do golf know you're a serious person that plays the game.
Yeah.
I recently met Steve Malvin.
Oh, my brother.
He's a great guy, great brand, somebody that you've known for quite some time.
Yeah.
And you've seen this brand grow into what it now is, right?
Yeah.
Like a forward-facing, groundbreaking brand for culture in the space of golf.
Yeah.
My question for you right now, which is a great question, as we talk about culture and we talk about inclusion, right? Or inclusivity in general. For somebody that's golfed for a long time, have you ever been hit with the strong, honest fucking like moment that this sport has some racist shit with it, like on the day, like, from me trying to enjoy this sport, from the country club life, doing it in Los Angeles, have you ever been hit with moments that have made you feel like there's such a big gap from the sport into the world of culture that wants to do it, but that feels like they can't based off of the rules that you put in place?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, just being on the range and like sometimes just having a conversation, people just ask you some shit. Sometimes they just, do you know that rapper that just died? And they like smiling and laughing already. It's like, yo.
Because you got to know him.
Yeah, like you for sure know that dude that died, right? You don't be dying. That's like they damn near want to say that. Like, you don't be dying. Like,
good for you.
Yeah, like, good for you. You stay
still being here.
Yeah. And it's like, that's how they, and it's like, bro, that's like hella racist.
Yes.
You just told me, like.
They say some shit like, I hope I see you tomorrow.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? But you hear some of the craziest shit. I want to say, he might not see this, but a motherfucker was like, oh, you was in this such and such thing. It's like, yeah, okay, big. If I say the actual thing, he may watch this. Yeah. He may see this and know what I'm talking about. But he was surprised I was in some article thing. Okay. And I'm like, bro, it's just like, you know what I mean? But the things they do, bro, like, they just so curious about our like rap and like how much, like, motherfuckers will ask you how much money you make. Like, it just flat out say it. Like, dude, I hear rappers always getting fucked. Like, man, how you get that car? And it's like, what the fuck you mean? Motherfucker asked me that too the other day. How you get that car? Man, I thought rappers don't make money like that.
Your patience is through the roof now.
Yeah, and it's just like, what the fuck are you talking about? I just throw a little slick shit back. Like, I probably make like 3 times as much as your white ass. I just say that straight up. Like,
at this point, what does golf provide for you?
Peace for the most part. I ain't got to be on the range talking, but peace is fun. Instead of just sitting in the house doing nothing, I can like go out there outside and be with the homies, and it's the same thing. Like this, we just having a conversation. Music could be playing. You're just hitting the ball in the air, and it's like, you only play against yourself. So, like, you can be having a game going on, but only you can mess up. It's not like nobody is, like, playing defense on you. You got a free shot, go. We're going to be quiet, everything. Take that shot, now let's see what happens. You hit it, and you fuck up, you do it. And who you are on the golf course is who you are in life, too. That's what, like. I've
heard that. I've heard it's a lot of synergy to the way you live or the way you operate. Like, you can play with somebody around the golf, you'd be like, I'll never play with that guy again. Really? You know exactly who he is. Like, oh, that dude's going home to beat the fuck out of his wife. Yeah. Like, this dude has, like, real anger problems, or this dude is a cheater. Like, a motherfucker playing himself, we don't even taking score playing for nothing. Motherfucker be like, oh, yeah, I got a bogey. It's like, bro, I just saw you hit the ball in the woods. Like, you don't even got to lie to me. We're not even playing the game. Like, oh, so you're like a ultra liar. Yeah. You just said you got a triple bogey when we not even, I mean, you just said you got a bogey when you got a triple bogey.
and we're not even playing the game.
You know, I want to say this on
Like,
record.
you know what I'm saying? Like, bruh.
I think it's just a good time for me just to be honest. I definitely could see myself cheating on the golf course just because of the level of embarrassment that I would have out there. Cat, where the ball at? I don't know that shit. I think it's on the green. I think my shit went on the green. I just know that I have no shot out there. But I've never actually went and golfed on the green. I've only I probably went to Top Golf twice, 5-iron once. So I'm afraid to pick up the hobby based off of the commitment that I know I will want to fucking dedicate towards it. Yeah. That's my fear. Yeah. It's that much of a thing. And I hear it's an amazing meeting platform. You can meet and interact. Great business gets done on the golf course. So many good things that check the balances of what I would want to do. I just know I don't have the time. And if I get addicted, I'm going to make the time. That's the scary part of it for me. Yeah. I don't want to fucking have to make that time. You say peace. You said peace. You said it brings me a lot of peace of mind, right? Dude, you're very calm. Mm-hmm. There's this cadence about you that's very stoic, reserved, just in control. More importantly, just lack of a better word, you're fucking cool as a goddamn fan. No, is it self-work that went into you getting to the place that you are at now? To separate the times of old from the times of new. What do you think the biggest changes for you were mentally? Because you just seem in talking to you, it's just very everything's ease, man, and I'm at peace. And I know what matters to me. Yeah. I know the things that generate my motor and ultimately point towards happiness. And that's what I'm focused on, and that's where I'm at. It's present. Yeah. So my question is was it things? Was it therapy? Was it just you and fucking great dialogue between you and the homies? Was it the family? What is it that helped you get to this center that you are at now?
So first off, I would say I was on drugs for mad years. Mm-hmm. And then once I got off drugs, I think my body just went blank. Okay. And I just kind of all that type shit. And then it just came down to oh yeah, I done did all this shit and seen it all. So it's I was so loud and almost, if that makes sense. Yeah. It was the only place for me to go is to hear. One day it happened, and even my mom said it yo, you're just so calm now. Everybody, you're so calm now. And I didn't, one of those things also where it's I just got caught up in a moment of just working on myself, working out every day. Yeah. And to be honest, I had this trainer named Will, and we used to look at you back in the day, 2016. That's when I kind of started my fitness journey, and you used to go hard. Yeah. And we used to see you go hard. And you was low-key my motivation. I was real fat. I was 230, 240.
I remember you were bigger.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember you were bigger for sure.
I'm 175.
First thing I thought when I came in here, I said, that nigga shaped up.
Yeah, so,
yeah. Traps and everything. I said,
you feel me? Yeah. Yeah.
But the gym is that though. I don't think people give the gym enough credit when you're talking about a mental grasp on just a baby step of achievement every day. Yeah. To me, there's no better place that you can get that than a gym. Yep. The concept of waking up at a certain time to go work on yourself, you have surpassed 80%, 80% of the world. And saying that I'm going to get up every day at this time, no matter what, and this time is dedicated to me exercising to work on myself. That one mental exercise of commitment and consistency is what people struggle with the most. Yeah. People have a hard time committing and being consistent to the thing that they said that they would do. Now, when you lock that up and you check that box, the next part is improvement. Damn, I'm actually seeing a little bit of improvement from what I'm now committing to. Now, when you do that, well, then everything else is gravy because now I like the word of improvement. I like seeing that my hard work is paying off. Holy shit. If this is happening here, what if I apply that here, or here? You're building up a rapport that you can follow through that you know works. You're not gambling. So for me, God, I done broke my back. I done fucking tore my rotator cuff. I done tore my abductors. I done had a goddamn broken fucking, well, I don't want to say broken, but my calf and all that shit was messed up pretty bad at one point from running marathons. There's not one time that I haven't bounced back to damn near 100%. Yeah. Because I love the fall, but I love the idea of getting back up even more.
Yeah.
So when you talk about like the fitness journey, you talk about you just being locked into the things you committed to. I think you made the best choices.
Yeah.
Especially when you're talking about being
Thank
at
you.
the ground zero point of what I once was.
Yeah.
Now talking about where you are now. Every choice you made is like, those are all self-enhancement things that are only operated and controlled by you.
Yes.
Nobody else has control over them.
Yes.
Not a better fucking hobby in the world than to pick shit that only elevates you for you.
Yeah.
Even the golf.
Yeah.
All in the same fucking thing. And I would hope that the listeners listening now truly paid attention to that one thing that he just said. Because that's the elephant in the room that nobody wants to point to.
Yep. Your health, bro.
1,000%.
If you can't work out, if you can't work on yourself, why do I even want to hear what you got to say? Why don't even give me advice? Like, like I hate getting advice from people like that. I can tell nothing wrong. Like I am body shaming. If you look like shit, don't tell me nothing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like if I can look in your eyes and tell you look like shit, like don't tell me nothing.
Well, you're
like
looking
work
for
on yourself.
You're looking for a level of energy that you're putting into you to justify the energy that you're suggesting to me.
Exactly.
And I think that's not body shaming. I think that's a logical statement, right?
Yeah.
We didn't pinpoint anybody, so it's fine.
Yeah.
I don't see a problem with that. I can't wrap this up without talking about one thing that you said earlier. I got to revert back to it, man. You were like, the one thing that I want in this music space is my freedom. And you were just saying like the ability to do what you want. You said, I don't want to go and rap for kids. I want to be able to stay true to myself, my age. In that, within the business of rap, the business of rap is forever changing, right? Has been for quite some time. For you right now within the business of rap, are you happy about the place that the business of rap lies today? Are you navigating or forcing a change or creating a change for the business that you want to see tomorrow? Where are you at in that concept?
No, the music business is awful.
Okay.
It's terrible right now. A lot of people, nobody likes the music business right now when it comes to what's going on right now. Nobody. Some people already done took some money, so there's nothing they can do. But for the most part, I can guarantee 95% of artists don't like the way, like the streaming thing is going down. Because we already was willing to rap for free, but now we for sure rap for free.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you can go platinum and that shit's still free.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and it's no good for the new generation. Like me, I'm straight. Like I don't have nothing to worry about. I have, like you said, I'm blessed to have a brand.
Yeah.
That I'm always blessed to generate income. But I mean, what is an album when you just everything is a playlist or everything is like and this does nothing for the new kids, and that's why people are, oh, this new music is trash. It's like y'all not giving them a chance to even make an album. Like, you know what I mean? And fans are accustomed to not buying music now. And rightfully so. I'm not forcing you to buy the music. I mean, you paying $9 a month for some subscription and you get all this music. You're like, what the fuck am I buy your album for? So, I mean, it's awful, but I mean, I'm not about to quit. I'm trying my best to fight for it. And I'm speaking on it. And hopefully more artists speak on it. But, I'm just one artist and people could just sweep me under the rug and just take me off the playlist until I shut up. You know what I mean? And then, but if everybody don't follow suit, it's just going to keep being here. We don't realize we have the power. And then we give these dudes power that, they just working a job, dude. They not even really in position. You know what I mean? Like they literally fired the whole industry. You get what I'm saying? And now they just like, we don't even need you guys because for years, they kind of knocked themselves out of position because for years they were just following trends. They wasn't even coming with nothing creative. So now they didn't follow the trend and now the trend done followed their ass right up out of there. You get what I'm saying? Like y'all done sat there because you got to feed your family. I get it. Like I say, I get it. But, you done followed that trend right up out because that trend is done. We just follow suit and you sit your ass in that playlist and let it run up.
So your album came out in March.
Yeah.
We're now in July, right?
Yeah.
So you had some time pass. Give me a feeling of like your fans' reception to the work. Did you feel like they gave a good reaction? Was the reaction to your liking?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of my. I'm not really a Metacritic guy, but it's like my highest Metacritic, whatever. That's how you say it. Album.
I don't even know the word.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you what it meant. I'm very honest.
You know what I mean? Like people love it, man. I go to the store, people love it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like famous again for a while. I wasn't famous for like 2 years. I was like, damn, I'm not famous no more. I go by. And just started to the point I started looking at motherfuckers and start doing that. So now I'm like famous again. Now I walk like this again. I'm like, fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So yeah.
Last question. Do you like over the radar or under the radar?
Under the radar.
Under the fucking radar.
Under the
wish.
radar.
Under the radar.
Yeah.
It's just, you think you want the fame.
Yeah.
Until you get the fame. And then you get all of that shit. You're like, you know what, man? I damn sure wouldn't mind if
it's fun just going to Albertsons and like just grabbing some candy and like going back to the car. Like
chilling.
You know what I'm saying?
Everything not being a thing.
Yeah. Like sometimes you just want to go and not be like talk to nobody.
Yeah.
I just want to say hi, how
And
you
that's
doing?
it.
And then just like keep it moving. Sometimes motherfucker like want to give you like sweaty hands and shit. And you're like, fuck, dude. But I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I definitely appreciate it. Just sometimes I just don't be into it. But people love Blue Lips, man. And this tour, dude, I'm putting on this show and I have no openers.
Hard.
It's just me, microphone, no screen.
Hard.
Me, my DJ, no screen, microphone, 2-hour set.
You know what I equate
just
that to?
Music.
I equate that to Mike Tyson coming down the aisle for a boxing match.
Yeah.
It was a black, simple t-shirt,
Yep.
black fucking shorts.
Yep.
The opponent there in the ring, no bells, no whistles, no rap song, no artist following. I'm ready for the ding, and I'm going to get up out of here.
Yeah.
It's the black curtain with the spotlight.
Yep.
I'm here for the craft. I'm here to put on the show.
Yeah.
I love it, man. Y'all heard what he said. The goddamn tour. You got 2 months, guys. Make it your business to be a part of the business. Blue Lips. It's going down. You know, I never know what I'm going to get when I have these conversations, especially with people that I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, and I mean this, man, I get excited. I get excited to sit across with people that I genuinely respect.
Thank you, brother.
More importantly, that I'm
Likewise.
just a fan of, because the discovery is what it's about. I say it all the time. My listeners know that this is no bullshit. It's no smoke and mirrors. The discovery and understanding more about a person is genuinely what I love. I love authentic conversation. I love great dialogue with no direction. Conversations go wherever we take it. And learning so much about you without asking to learn so much about you is dope as fuck. Hearing just how poised you are, hearing how clear you are just on your direction in life, your want within fucking household, your reason behind it. More importantly, your love for your craft, your understanding of your background and where you came from, but not staying true to that because you don't have to be that, and knowing that that was once, but it's not what is now. Like literally just hearing you talk in the manner that you talk in with the canter, like it's a dope thing to see. And I don't know how many people pay attention or how many people don't, but it deserves to be highlighted, man. And you are you're a clear definition of just growth. And it's genuinely what we as black men should just be more privy to, right? Like it's not about how you start, it's always about how you finish. Yeah. And the dope thing is you're not finished. You're still setting new ground, and you're still setting a new fucking like a pipeline of understanding. And I think the more youth that can truly study your road and your world, the more significant change that we'll see in the environments that we both come from, man. Like culture is important, and pushing the culture forward is definitely what you're doing. But the true example of what you now are, it's fucking really dope, man.
Thank you.
It's really dope, man. And congrats on your success. Congrats on being more present. Congrats on making me fucking, say to myself, goddamn, Kevin, am I being more present? Do I need to check myself based off of what he just said? And do I need to reevaluate? Let me make sure that I goddamn hone in, and let me make sure that I'm thinking about things based off of the inspiration that I was able to get from talking to another brother.
Yeah.
That's the dope thing about these conversations, and I hope the listeners did the same goddamn thing, man. This is gold mines.
Thank you, bro.
SchoolBoy Q, I appreciate you for coming on. Guys, y'all know what it is. We get inside the minds of amazing people, and today was no different. What an amazing mind. What an amazing goddamn grasp on life and reality. I hope you took some because I damn sure did. Gems were dropped. Hope you put it in your pocket. If you didn't, what is your purpose and what is your reason? You should be listening to something else. Until next time, peace.